Hey, Jeffrey here. Welcome back to Love and Other Arts, where I want to help you master whatever art you're pursuing, especially the art of loving. I want to continue today with my focus on William Blake, like the pictures behind me, and I want to share with you today several resources that I either have used myself or am currently using, or that I know pretty much everyone recommends on studying William Blake. Studying Blake can be super daunting. Some of his work seems simple, but then turns out to be complex, and some of it just right from the get-go makes you say, what am I looking at? So let's get right to it. Let's figure out what you can use to study William Blake. So first I want to talk about two books that are kind of the golden standard for Blake studying. So one of them is, let me make sure I get this to where you can see it, Fearful Symmetry, A Study of William Blake, and that's by Northrop Frye. This is just kind of the study on William Blake's poetry, very highly regarded, and I have not read it yet, but it is on my immediate to-do list. I've checked it out from the library. We're going to be reading it soon, and hopefully we're going to learn a lot of useful stuff. I don't even need to say hopefully. It's, like I said, it's the Blake study. We're going to get good stuff out of it. And then another book with really the same kind of status, just landmark book on Blake, is Prophet Against Empire by David V. Erdman. And I've been told that, like the title suggests, this one focuses a lot on the political nature of Blake's poetry. And of course, it would be a mistake to read Blake as exclusively a political poet, but the politics are there, and he is serious about it. So, again, that's another one that I'm reading very soon. Got it from the library. Really excited. I should also mention that Erdman, the writer of Prophet Against Empire, has another really important Blake book that I don't have a hard copy of currently, but have an ebook of, called The Blake Dictionary. And it's just like it sounds. It's a bunch of Blake's key terms alphabetized and explained. So, you're reading one of the epics or something and you come across some word like ulro or something. You're like, well, what is that? So then you just find it in the dictionary and the dictionary explains it to you. It's extremely helpful. I used it my last read through of one of Blake's epics, Jerusalem, and it was extremely helpful. Can't recommend it enough. The Blake Dictionary. So the next one is a little more off the beaten trail and requires me to show another book I've been reading that is not a Blake book, but I've been reading The Poetry of Edmund Spenser. And I've always liked Spenser for the same reasons that I like Blake, which is just crazy imagination, stories where things happen that just make you say, well, who can think of this stuff? This is crazy, but good crazy. And so I've always really liked both of them. I've kind of thought they're like the poets that I'm most into. And, maybe you could throw like John Milton in there. And I don't really know who else. But these just crazy imagination poets who are working in a narrative mode. And so I happened, as I was at the library looking for Blake books, to stumble on a book, Blake and Spenser, by Robert Lechner, maybe? So I'm really excited to read that, just because I'm really into Spenser as well. And the two of them, they just form this sort of immense creative force in English poetry. Oh, Coleridge. Coleridge is another one who could go right with them for that. So the book I'm reading right now is William Blake, A Reading of the Shorter Poems, and it is by Hazard Adams. What a name. I wish my first name was Hazard. No, I don't. Jeff is fine, but Hazard is cool. So this book is great because most people are familiar mostly with one of two of Blake's categories of writing. They either know Songs of Innocence and Experience, which is two collections of shorter lyric poems combined together that sort of reflect each other, or they know the epics, the longer narrative works like Milton and Jerusalem. But in between those two, there is a whole nother wealth of shorter or like medium length lyrical poems that are just amazing. And I really love them. I don't hear them talked about enough. And so when I found a book that was specifically on those, I said, oh yeah, I've got to jump right into that. And it's been great. There will definitely be videos soon influenced by what I'm reading in this book. So that's all the books I want to share with you. But now we've got to look at a couple of internet resources too. And this is the heavy guns. This is the good stuff. So what we have here is we have the William Blake Archive. And it's just blakearchive.org. And this website, it's incredible. All of Blake's illuminated books, that's the books that he engraved and watercolored. Well, his wife watercolored them. But they're all here. And so you can pick a book to look through its pages. You can, let's see, right now we must be in what? Songs of Experience? Yeah, Songs of Innocence and of Experience. Look at that. And there's all kinds of nifty features, like you can, here we go. So here we have a tab that says Objects and Copy. So this is all of the pages of the book we're looking at, which in this case is Songs of Innocence and Experience. But then you can go Objects from the same matrix. So every one of Blake's books that he published in his lifetime is just handmade, self-published, and so they're all a little bit different from each other. So this is that same page we were looking at in each of the different copies that Blake made. And you can do that for all of Blake's books. It's incredible. This is the greatest William Blake resource you can hope for as far as just accessing the texts. And let's see, if we go to the home page, beautiful home page. I think it just randomly picks pages to put here. Look, here's one of my favorites of Blake's illustrations. It'll load. There we go. The Behemoth and the Leviathan from his illustrations for the Book of Job. Back to the home page. And you can find, a tab for his illuminated books, a tab for different illustrations he did for other people. I think that's more designs, paintings and drawings. Oh, and even his manuscripts. So like, let's see, click one. Scroll on down. And look at that. That's literally a handwritten page from Blake. Like that's just like Blake's ink on a page. Very cool. So this is an inexhaustible resource. You could spend hours on it. It's amazing. And then the other one, this is maybe a little more obvious, but I really like reading the epics on Wikisource, because the way it's set up on Wikisource is it gives you the plate, first of all. So like this is one page from Jerusalem, the last epic that Blake wrote, and then the text is right under it. So it's really easy to kind of go back and forth. The text is really like clearly and well displayed, and you can just click on over to the next page. And yeah, there's more page, more text, the plate, everything you need. I think that's the best free way to read Blake's poetry. So let me hop back over here. You know what? Actually, I do have a few more things to show you. Give me just a second, guys. Okay, let's see. Turn off the browser. Okay, I was going to show off all of my Blake hard copies, but I could only find one of them. So this is my Blake hard copy of The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. It's published by Oxford Paperbacks, so I'm sure you can find it, just about anywhere online. Don't shop at Amazon. You can shop at Amazon if you want to, but try thrift books or something. And so the way it works is it's mostly the text first, and then after the main text. Oh no, I got it wrong. So it's explanations of the text, and then it'll be like a plate, text, plates, text, plates. Beautiful book. I can't recommend Marriage of Heaven and Hell enough. If you are not sure you want to get into Blake, read Marriage of Heaven and Hell. This stuff is wild. Life-changing book. So I think that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions about Blake, feel free to leave a comment. If there's a resource that's helped you, let me know about that too. Oh, that reminds me, actually, an honorable mention. This is a book I have not been able to look into yet, but just this month, a book came out called Awake, and it's by a British theologian and philosopher. We'll look him up real quick. Let's see who it is. I want to be able to tell you guys about that. Mark Vernon. Awake, William Blake and the Power of the Imagination by Mark Vernon. I haven't read this book yet. I've watched some videos that Vernon has done, and they seem really cool. Seems like he's really interested in Blake, really wants to not just study Blake for academic purposes, but wants to show people that Blake can help them, which is, that's near and dear to me too. So yeah, you might check that out as an honorable mention. I haven't read it myself. I hope to read it soon. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. Share any other Blake resources you know about below, and have a good day.